everyone, Diane here, welcome to my channel. Hope everyone's well and looking forward to today's video. I just painted this floral using Michael Harding professional watercolors, and now I'm going to paint it again for you using Paul Rubens QiaoMei inexpensive student grade watercolors so you can see the difference. It might surprise you and help you to decide whether to invest in professional paints. Yeah, so this set is only $30 in America. And I find it actually quite nice. So I'm going to give it a bit of a workout today, and we're going to paint some flowers. So I'll just put these ones which I'm working from up on my easel in front of me. And yeah, so they come in a palette which is plastic, which is quite nice. This tin is not tin, it's plastic. And you can mix your colour blends in the lid, and it's nice and deep. Actually, these wells are quite nice and deep, so you can use them to hold a fair amount of paint once you've mixed it up. The pigment's very strong and clean, and these are the colours. This is the little sheet that came with it. I find it a little bit difficult to read, and the colours aren't really accurate, and they do, I think they say, you know, do your own swatching because they're not quite the same. And this is what I came up with when I swatched it out, so I can see much more easily what's what, and they're this way around. You can take them out and reorder them if you want, if you don't mind breaking your fingernails. I don't mind breaking my fingernails. Anyway, this is the order I've got them in. I don't think it's the same order that they gave me. Yeah, so it's kind of upside down if you put it like that, because you sort of look at it like that or like that, but you want that to be there. So if you see what I mean. So it's like that. So anyway, I'll put the swatch there, and then I can see it, and that should help. And then to paint this, I'm going to use a small flat and stroke or a small filbert. These are both craft mode brushes, but you can get them from any manufacturer. I think you could even go as far as to get them from Drawwell in Japan, which is my favorite supplier of handmade synthetic hair brushes. Very good, nice little man over there, does everything very well all by himself and makes these brushes for a very good price. If you can cut out the middleman, that's always a good thing, isn't it? Go direct to the maker. I think we should all be trying to think more and more of that, because these days the big companies are just trying to take over the whole entire world. Have you noticed how many politicians and people in high places accidentally say company when they mean to say country? I've heard this many, many times. It's becoming more and more prevalent. People are muddling up the idea of a company with a country. And I think that's a bit sinister, really. Anyway, enough of that. This is not a political channel, and I don't want to get cancelled. So let's start with, what? Let's start with blue. I'm going to paint these anemones. Anemones. I'm going to try anyway. We'll see how they go. So I've got here some ultramarine blue mixed with some ultramarine. I've got mixed with some purple lake. Okay, these two colours here, and that's what this gives me. And this is what that gives me. So ultramarine, this one, mixed with purple lake, which is this one. And you can make it quite dark, and you can go either on the red side or on the blue side if you put more and more blue in it. And then it's always important to test your colour, because that's probably close enough. Okay, so we'll go with that. Looks much darker in its little puddle there, doesn't it, than it actually is. So I shall sit myself down, and let's see what we can do. I'm using the filbert for this, and we'll just remember to use plenty of water, and we'll just paint some petals like this. And do them sort of different shapes. And when we come to the second layer, will give them a little bit more form. And I'll put a small one over here. I've just changed the colour a little bit. I've added a little bit more pink. And we'll put another big one down here. This one's a bit darker. I probably should have mentioned I wasn't going to be drawing them ahead of time. I'm just painting them. And then we'll do one over here, painting them, what's the word? Straight onto the paper, so to speak. I think I'm going to do another one down here. And then we'll darken up our colour a little bit more of both. And then we'll just come in and drop some more intense colour around the inside there, along where we've left it white, and in these ones where we haven't left it white. And that just darkens up the centre of the plant, of the flower. I think I might make this one a bit bigger. And then if you feel that you've lost all of your lights, this is my replacement for my cloth. I'm just going to do that. If you feel you've lost too much of your lights, just wash your brush out, dry it off on your sleeve, and lift out some of the colour so that it has to try harder. That can happen. And we'll just let that do its thing while we do some stems. And I'm going to use this green down here, which is sap green. And we'll mix that with a bit of, what shall we mix that with a bit of? It's a bit too bright, I think. Is it too bright? Maybe it's not. Perhaps we'll just use it as it is. I changed my brush. I'll go to the round, I think. Maybe I'll put a little bit of indigo in it just to darken it a little bit. And then we'll just draw in some loose stems. And we've got here hooker's green. So I think we'll use that as a shadow colour, but it needs a bit of purple in it. And just play with the colour as you go along. I think I want to add some yellow to that. Oops, that's softened up nicely. And we'll put a few more little leaves down here. I am using Meaden cold press watercolor paper. I'm just putting in some more dark in the center, and I'm going to go for some black for the very center. This is the black up here. We'll just do some dots in there. And at this point, we actually need to let it dry. Okay, so now I'm going to do the petals, the shadows on the petals, which means we have to come in and just darken things down a little bit in places where a petal goes behind. And it's best if you don't think too hard about this and you just kind of do it a little bit randomly. You can always, when you get a hard edge and you don't necessarily want it, you can always just clean your brush and come back and soften it up. So if you go like that and you want this edge to disappear, call that lost and found. You just dry off your brush and then you come in and soften that. But you don't soften that bit. So like that. And on this one, we're going to darken that bit there. I'm going to put a bit more in the front here because I think that's gone a bit wrong. And we might want to put a little bit of yellow in the center here, perhaps. And having got that far, we really do need to let it dry, and we'll come back and see how that looks after lunch. Okay, so that's nice and dry now, and that's finished completely. I think that'll do for now. I've put some white dots in the middle of each of the flowers to give some indication of the stamens and things in the middle there. And just want to compare it with the one that I did originally, and just to say that although it's hard to know whether or not it's just me and whether I was feeling more heavy-handed while I was doing this one, but I do think that the paint looks different. This is Michael Harding, this is QiaoMei, and to my mind this is much more delicate and was more sensitive and more obedient to what I was trying to make it do in this painting, rather than this one, which turned out a little bit on the heavy side. So I don't know, you know, it's same paper, same idea, same composition more or less, but there is a slight difference in the final product. So that's interesting. Not to say that you can't use the inexpensive paints, of course you can, but don't be surprised if the result that you get doesn't actually look like this, because this one is, I think this one is a little bit better. So anyway, I'm going to let you go now. I will be doing an in-depth version of this tomorrow on Patreon for people who are members. And if you want to join Patreon and join us over there to hear a little bit more about how to make a composition like this and how to paint one, then I would love to see you there. So I will let you go now, and I'll get back to you tomorrow if you're a member. And otherwise, well, what day is it today? Friday, so it'll be, or Saturday, or Thursday. So it'll be Saturday next time I will see you. So I'll let you go for now, and I'll see you again soon. Bye everybody, and thanks very much for liking and subscribing. See you soon. Bye now.